we heard all the rumblings that they wanted to add another piece. The big three or whatever you want to call it. Russell Westbrook, obviously, what he does, not just on the scoring end, but in terms of the pace of the game. It allows LeBron to be a finisher a lot instead of always the facilitator. And so, running that break, you have LeBron on the wing instead of with the ball a lot of times now. That's going to be a difficult situation for a lot of teams to handle.
I feel you on that, Kenny. It's always good to see you, my brother. You know that. I feel you.
Same
I
here.
feel you. I feel you on that. Here's where my reservation lies as it pertains to winning a championship, because I definitely think they'll be the Final Four in the NBA, but winning a championship. Couple of things. Number one, that pace of play you just alluded to. LeBron James is phenomenal of a conditioned athlete as he is. He's no young spring chicken any longer. And so that pace of play, that's not necessarily a guarantee in my estimation. That's number one. And number two, their perimeter shooting. Because we all know that when you talk about beating a Golden State, when you talk about beating the Clippers, when you're talking about beating the Nets potentially in an NBA Finals, you got to be able to shoot the rock, not just from the perimeter, but from the free throw line. And as I pointed out early in the show, LeBron James shot 69% from the free throw line last year. Russell Westbrook shot 65%. Kyrie was at 92. James Harden's at 86. KD was at around 87, 88. Those things matter. What do you say to that?
I'd say the one thing that, for perimeter shooting, I thought I was a good shooter until I got to Houston. I became a great shooter because you go to Houston and you get an extra second because they're double teaming great players. And so when you're playing with a guy like LeBron and Russell and AD, if you're a good shooter, you become great because now you're going to be left open. It was the first time in my life, Steven and guys, that I was left open. So there are certain guys who probably had never been left open that long that will have, opportunities. If you think of guys like P.J. Tucker when he was in Houston and even this year, they get shots and they get an extra second to think about it and to really set their feet. So that actually makes you a better shooter playing with those guys who are maybe a marginal guy who comes in and say he can knock down shots. Then all of a sudden he comes there and say, man, he's a prolific three-point shooter. It's because you got extra time.
Kenny, let's say they get two pure shooters to round out the starting five, right? Because they still got the sign and trade rights for Schroeder, and they have Taylor Horton Tucker. They have some stuff that may not work on this team, but other teams might be interested in. I look at the Nets. The difference is offensively, all three of their big three are, for their size, among the greatest scorers ever from anywhere, right? That's not the Lakers. But if the Lakers round out the starting five with a couple of pure shooters, is that enough, or does the shooting need to be distributed better among the guys who are going to touch the ball as the most, like Westbrook and LeBron and AD? Does that give the Nets an advantage if they should meet in the finals?
Are we already negating the fact that the Milwaukee Bucks won the championship?
Yeah, because they only won because the Nets got hurt. Come on, Kenny.
Think that they're going to be back anywhere? I just feel that, there's a lot of things that you could say in terms of talent. If you look on paper, those two teams have, some talent, but they're most talented roster assembled. However, like we said, they're not in there. This is not Russell Westbrook 8 years ago. This is not LeBron 8 years ago. This is not, even pre-injury for Kevin Durant. Like, if Kevin Durant is in the Olympics 5 years ago, they don't lose a game. Like, he could take over all of those games. So this is not the same kind of guys. And, youthfulness, energy, playing together, that means something. So I wouldn't just hand those two teams, the East and the West, at all. I think that they're going to have to work for it. They have to stay injury free. They're going to be playing saving him for this game, and that gets you out of rhythm. And I thought that got the Lakers out of rhythm this year, and we'll see if it doesn't do it this next year.
Russell Westbrook, Kenny Smith, fourth team in 4 years. Teammates: Kevin Durant, Reggie Jackson, Serge Ibaka, Victor Oladipo, Paul George, James Harden again, Bradley Beal. No championship to show for it. and now he's got LeBron James and Anthony Davis as his teammate. At the start of this show, I talked about how because he's so phenomenal and because he's a surefire first ballot future Hall of Famer, all of those things taken into consideration, he will never be under more pressure than he will be this year. He won't care, but that's the situation. Am I right or wrong about that?
Well, I don't think not having a championship dampens your legacy, but it definitely adds to it. Like, it definitely adds to it. The reason I'm on TNT and sitting here with you at ESPN right now is because I won 2 championships. I have a perspective that's going to be different and that has a finality to it. So, yes, winning a championship for Russell Westbrook, does it help his career? Yes. Does it dampen it if he doesn't? No, he's done enough individually. But it makes him, when you walk around with that championship, that C on your left shoulder, like that's a different perspective.
But Kenny,
and a different thought process.
Yeah, but I'm asking you, coming into this season, I don't know of anybody who will be under more pressure than him because of those things I outlined. What do you say to that?
The Brooklyn Nets. Okay. I say the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets are because you assemble this roster, then it wasn't healthy. You come back, you got to win it. You got to be in the finals. You got to be there because to me, then it's like, is this really what we should have done? And are we going to, are these guys going to stay hurt? Are they going to be healthy enough? Are they going to be cohesive enough? And to me, the Brooklyn Nets is just as much pressure as Russell Westbrook. And as a team, they probably have more pressure than any team to win a championship.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.